As you know, I finished school yesterday. I finished. I'm out. Good luck out the door, never coming back. And I talk about that later on. I talk about that in another video to come. But I just kind of want to give a special mention. Oh, even when I call it a special mention, it's kind of like a fuck you. Just putting it straight. Just like a fuck you completely to this minister. And just putting it straight. Usually I'm always fair with people and decent with people. But being decent with this woman is like being decent with the devil. You can't. It's no way of looking around it. And that one is Norma Foley. Now, we all know she's a lunatic and she's an absolute psychopath that's just out to annoy everybody and to piss everybody off. And that's her main goal. Let's totally be honest. She doesn't give a damn about any student in this country. She doesn't give a damn about any 6 years. She doesn't give a damn about any children in this country. And how she became Minister for Education is beyond me. And the reason why is because her father was in with Fianna Fáil and they give her a cushy job because her father was very high up with Fianna Fáil with the nice bankers and everything like that. That's how she got the job. That's how she got into the Minister for Education because she had no experience. First time TD. And I don't know how she got it. But that's apart from that. We all know what she did to Leaving Certs, including me. At one stage, I even asked many Leaving Certs I know. At one stage, I even asked them, were they upset? Because for a long time, this charade was going on for 6 or 7 weeks that she couldn't make up her mind. Was there going to be an option? Was there going to be particular ways? Is Sam going to be cancelled? And the stress, and again they said, and some Leaving Certs even said there's the most stressful week of their life, not knowing, and again the uncertainty is the one thing that annoyed a lot of people. Uncertainty, not knowing. If they had a part, Norma Foley came out and said, we're going to give you a choice, instead of straight away, instead of dilly-dallying around, wasting time, trying to cause more stress and more anxiety, and causing more fear. Again, this is what the Irish government's turned into. Fear-mongering, and OT doing the same. And again, it was a simple thing. The young people spoke up, and again, fair play to every young person who spoke up and demanded and said to the Minister for Education, we want a choice. It's not that we don't want to do an exam. We want a choice. We want to either choose what we want to do. And that's fair. Norma Foley was completely unfair. Didn't give a fuck. Never apologised. Never apologised once for the harm she caused. I know many young people, I was in touch with many people during that few weeks, that they were upset, they were worried, they were stressed. I know people that sitting some of the exams and leaving so, and they're worried and they're stressed. And their teachers are worried and stressed. And this is all because of Norma Foley. Norma Foley's the main one to blame here. She caused so much hassle and upset. And the same with the schools. She caused so much distress. And again, even with projects have to be done before you left school and everything that it caused so much stress in young people. And again, it's been a stress for a year. And Norma Foley never apologised once for the stress she's caused. And she caused more stress than the lockdowns or anything like that. She caused a lot more. Because, as many people said, they were afraid. Because this woman was out to kill everybody. And that's as simple as that. Even though some people might not, some people might disagree with me on that. But again, she said in children with masks and everything like that, obviously something wrong with this woman. And that's just putting it straight. But again, it's a big fuck you to Norma Foley. And I have to say on a personal note, she caused a lot of stress. A few stages at the time, during them weeks and I didn't know, I was very stressed. I was very worried. Because the reason why, and I tell you Norma Foley, a brilliant education system in this country, I was made do French. And I didn't do it for the last few years. I can't speak Irish, I can't even do maths, I can't even do English, let alone do a French exam. And this is what they had a brilliant idea in this country, that they make young people do French, even though they have no use for it whatsoever. But again, I never done it before, I was said that you have to do it, and I was going, and if only for eventually you was able to do particular grades, I didn't have to sit the exam. And God bless us and save us. Imagine me having to go on a sit in the French and me never learn a bit of French. And then do an O, sit in front of the exam and try and do an O. Again, you don't understand how stressful that is. And again, being dyslexic. And again, my resource hours were cut. This is going into special needs. I can go on forever about everything Norma Foley has done. And you can tell by the tone of my voice that I'm just very tick and very annoyed. And I hope to God Norma Foley sees this and improves. Again, you can improve. You can redeem yourself. But again, you can't redeem yourself in my head. But you can do something next year for the young people instead of giving a damn about, instead of fucking just trying to be an arsehole to every young people in this state. And that's as simple as that. But putting this straight, leaving for the Leaving Cert, resource hours were cut and everything that obviously resources were taken back and everything like that. But a lot of you people with special needs, I have dyslexia and a bit of autism. And my hours were cut. I didn't get any nearly special needs resource at all. And me being a Leaving Cert student, again, it's not the school's fault, it's the state's fault. They didn't have the resources, and that's just putting it straight, very straight here. And again, I was off 3 months before December. I was at home. I didn't want to go, and I didn't want to have to deal with the stress of running around half the country to go to his class. with one-way systems and things like that. I didn't know what to deal with. I might be totally honest with you. I was nervous. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people. But again, because again I suffer from anxiety too, and again there was the teachers done their best sending the bits of work home to me. But again, there was no really was basically just said fuck you and just leave you. That's basically what Norma Foley said to the teachers' unions in the Department of Education. Just forget about them, leave them to it. And especially these children as we speak now, that want to go back, want to integrate in the school, they need extra help. And Norma Foley's abandoned them. And she came along in the door a few back, I don't know, it was in March or something like that, or before March, February. And she came along and said this idiotic statement in the door that, especially these children are her first priority. How come? How? And I say to you, Norma Foley, please tell me how. Because there's children in Dublin that can't go back that you're saying they won't get support in the 2026. And that's what you reckon. And you come along with that stupid statement. And again, I could go on about Norma Foley. I could say about what she says about schools are safe. If schools were safe, and I asked this many times to the Department of Education, if they're safe, why did they need the mask? Why did they need the social distancing? If they're that determined of Norma Foley's words. But again, this is the thing. This woman, I have to say, and again, there's been a lot of idiots in Dáil Éireann, and there's been a lot of young beans in Dáil Éireann. But this is the thing. She will go down as the worst Minister for Education in the Irish state. And again, I thought the last Minister for Education was bad. And again, he didn't like me, and I didn't like him either. But, like Norma Foley, there's nothing else can be said. But again, I can't stress this enough, how much anxiety and how much upset she caused me, even to myself. And again, I asked leaving such students. Nobody likes her. Nobody, and you think, again, and she doesn't have bollocks talk to young people. She doesn't have bollocks. And I tell you that's true. But again, she's caused so much annoyance. And again, I've been talking to many young people, again, during the charade, when the 7 weeks to make up her mind. I was talking to young people. They were concerned. They were worried. They were nervous. They were worried about going on to college. They were worried about everything, and the stress was getting to them. Everything was getting, and pushing everything on top of it, and then coming along and saying, "Oh, we're going to wait 7 weeks until we make up our mind." Again, she didn't realise. She didn't care. That's the simple thing. She didn't care. She doesn't care about young people. She doesn't care. And I say she should be kicked out of that job tomorrow morning. If I got my way, she'd be gone. She'd be out the door. I wouldn't even give her a pension, to be honest. I would nearly not give her a pension. I'd leave her to go back to her school, wherever she came from in Kerry, and to stay in her school in Kerry. Because obviously she wasn't fit to be Minister for Education. No leadership, not taking leadership. Young people, again, I could go on. I could really just go on. I could literally go on forever and ever. This game with the bus, I talk about this, I wasn't going to mention this, but I tell you, when I went back to school in December, to say February. I say it was February. I don't know exactly, but it was probably February when I got my bus ticket. But not February. It was probably when I went back to school in March. I correct that. It was in March. I had to from 3 weeks in December. I had to pay. I had to pay for a taxi. And that added up to nearly €350. I had to pay out of my own pocket. And again, I was on the bus for it was not that I didn't pay for the bus or anything. I paid for them plenty of time. I always do it the first time it opens the portfolio to apply for a school ticket. School bus ticket, sorry. School ticket bus. But yeah, again, I apparently didn't get it this year because of the 50% capacity, and it was just left there. I was told to stay there. And again, it was her responsibility as Minister for Education. I thought it was the Department of Transport. I'd be honest with you, at the beginning of this, when other people were coming to me and everything like that, I thought it was Eamon Ryan that I'd have to go and talk to. But no, it was Norma Foley. It was the Minister for Education. And she did fuck all for anybody that was seeking to get on a bus. And they paid, and some people even paid for them, didn't even bother to get refunds from Bus Éireann. And she didn't care. And then Michael Maguire, again, independent Clare, TD for Clare, he came up in Dáil Éireann and he asked the minister, are they going to get refunded, are they going to get a seat, or what's going to happen to them? And she basically said, fuck you, I don't care. And that's basically what was done, and nothing was been heard of. And she doesn't give a damn. And again, this is the main thing. She didn't give a damn. And again, I say to Norma Foley in the most kindest possible language, as it was once said in Dáil Éireann, fuck you. Just fuck you. You're an asshole. And I hate to use bad language or anything like that, but again, I can't tell you how much hassle and how much stress she caused to people and to many other people across the state. And she's to blame. Nobody else is to blame but her. Some things were out of her control, and I understand that. But what she caused the Leaving Cert students and causing them hassle and stress during a year that was already stressful. No, that can't be tolerated. And again, I can't be let happen next year, and I feel for the Leaving Certs next year and what will happen to them. Because this woman, will annoy them. And again, she deserves everything that comes to her. She deserves the bad reputation because she's caused all this herself. And again, if she showed leadership, again, she had no leadership at all. She didn't care. And that's just putting it straight, and I know myself. But she didn't care. She simply didn't care. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I'm just fed up with him. And hopefully, me whole mom, again, not likely, but hopefully maybe he might see sense and might just say, maybe Norma Foley isn't the best one for Minister for Education, but somebody that's reliable and somebody that can do her job and do some kind of job, do something at least, and care a bit about young people and not just not giving a damn about young people. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.